The news of the new COVID variant has shocked financial markets across the globe. Australian shares are expected to tumble today, with futures traders anticipating a 100-point or a 1.4% plunge in Australia's benchmark market index when it opens. This follows an absolute shocker on Friday too. So let's bring in Peter Switzer, the founder of the Switzer Report, for his view. Do we cover our eyes today, Pete? Good morning.
It sounds as though you were feeling it in the pocket on Friday with that introduction you gave me as well.
I was sorry that I looked.
I think the bottom line, Pete, is I thought I needed to give you something to make you feel a little bit more comfortable with what's going to happen today. It'll sell off today, without a doubt. We dropped about 1.7%, I think, on Friday. Dow Jones was down about 2.4%. What's going to happen today is there'll be more sell-offs, particularly focused on the companies that were going to be the great beneficiaries of the reopening. So the likes of Qantas, Webjet, Flight Centre, they'll probably cop some more selling off today. And some of the companies that will benefit, the online companies, they'll probably do a bit better today. But remember this, at this point in time, we don't know if this new variant is actually going to lead to lockdowns. And if you look at the last two lockdowns, the big ones were August of 2020, after the coronavirus crash lockdown, which of course was the biggest. But when Melbourne went into lockdown in 2020, our market went down about 5%. Now, last year, around July, August, we went into another lockdown and our market only fell 6%. So I would, until we get news that this really is going to be as bad as Delta, I think the market will sell off, but it won't be a massive, scary sell-off. And there will be people looking around for bargains. And remember, the long-term investor will see Qantas probably drop below $5 today, and they'll probably say, well, in a year's time, where is it going to be?
Yeah.
Probably around 6 or 7. So I think that's the kind of toing and froing that will determine the market. But I think sales will certainly outstrip buys today.
Yeah. But like you said, buy the dip, there's always that opportunity there.
Yeah, particularly when you do believe that, and I think you mentioned in your own report, we have to learn to live with the changes coming down the pike with all these variants, and looking at the way governments are responding. In Switzerland with its referendum, the UK, instantly going into sort of protection mode. I think we're better at handling the virus now. So therefore, I just don't think the big and also what's interesting, Peter, is bond yields fell in the US on Friday, which of course is always the sign that tech stocks become popular again. And it holds back the time when interest rate rises happen, which of course is a good thing for underpinning stocks.
Yeah, one of the key points out there too that's different to your other lockdowns is that our vaccination levels in Australia are so high. And then you've got this news that we've reported on this morning. One of the doctors from South Africa who detected this strain says that it's actually milder than the Delta variant. So perhaps we will see this sell-off and then it may well come surging back, Pete.
Yeah, and that's exactly right. A market will always sell first, ask questions later. And it's not done by people like you and me who are long-term investors. It's the short-term players, the fund managers who are accountable in the short term, and they've got plenty of money to move the market around. But it does create long-term buying opportunities for the patient investor, and I do think, given what you've said then, I think the responses will make it easier for companies to eventually get back to normal, even if it takes a year to do so.
Okay, and just to lighten things up a little bit, how did Black Friday sales go?
Absolutely a ripper. They reckon that it outstripped the Boxing Day sales as being the number one time for sales. Zip looked at its 2.9 million users and said it was a 52% jump on the sales of the previous 4 weeks. And the National Retailers Association, they're tipping that, remember, Black Friday sales actually go over 4 days. So maybe it's an unfair comparison with Boxing Day sales. But the bottom line is they're expecting $5.6 billion worth of sales over the 4 days, an 8% rise on last year.
Okay, Peter Switzer, always good to get your thoughts. And perhaps a note for investors today is don't log in. Don't log into your portfolio. Give it a miss. Check it tomorrow or Wednesday.